All right, everybody. Welcome once again to the PMA TSSL. That is a peak martial art team stick sparring league. I am 5th degree black belt, master apprentice Mark Knoll. Joining me is my constant co-host,
3rd degree black belt Lucy.
Woo! Welcome, Mr. Lewis. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Have you missed this?
Oh yeah. It's been a week, right?
It's been 2 weeks.
Too long.
3 weeks, depending on how you count it, because we had 2 Fridays off, and then we had to wait another week to get back, just to get back into our TSSL, which we have been craving, especially after such an exciting match last time.
Missing.
So, give us a breakdown. Remind them, how does stick sparring work?
All right. It's 2 points if you strike to the head or the weapon hand. On the flip side of that, though, it's no points if you hit the hand that's not holding the weapon. You can also block with that. A hit to the groin or the neck is a penalty, and a body shot, a leg shot, or body and leg shots are all 1 point.
Good. And if you had to jump?
1 point.
One extra point if you jump. Very good. If you drop your weapon, that's 1 point to the other person. Obviously, if you get a penalty such as that groin or neck shot, that is also a penalty and awards 1 point to the opposition. Now, man, it's been a long time. Let's really recap what's happened. So we had our first round robin. All 3 teams matched up against each other, and they all ended up 1-1. Every team got a win, and every team got a loss. So we're coming into the second round robin in a pretty even state. How are we feeling about that?
Pretty good. I think. Can I say who I think will win?
Yeah, absolutely. Throw it out there. Make your claim.
I definitely think the Black Bears are going to take it.
You think the Black Bears are going to take it?
Got pretty good people on that team, not going to lie.
Now, the last match we had, which was the Black Bears and the Snow Leopards, was a claw or crawl. It was a crawl, a grind. I don't know, one of those adjectives. Right? It was a back and forth match. It was a grind between the two sides. Ended up in a tie. We had to do our tiebreaker, right? In which the Black Bears did, pull out, but that could have gone either way.
Right. Yeah. It was Jacob and Nathan.
It was Jacob and Nathan in that tiebreaker.
Very good. Jacob's very good. Do not underestimate.
That was a crazy matchup.
Yeah.
Speaking of matchups, today we have the Black Bears once again taking on the Red Pandas. Now, last time there were different rosters. There's been a roster switch since the last time these teams have faced off against each other. But it should still be extremely close.
Right, yeah. And so we take time to make sure everyone's right for each other, more or less. Pretty much.
So starting off, we have Nathan versus Michael. Now, Michael is your brother.
Right. Much higher black belt, too.
Much higher ranked black belt. All right. How are you feeling about that matchup? What do you think your brother's chances are? We saw Nathan actually come out and do extremely well in the last match. Obviously winning the tiebreaker. In the second match, swinging a 5-point lead. In the first match, he kept it close. How do you think Michael fares?
Ooh, I don't know. He although he is a higher rank, he's not very competitive. He never has been, and he hasn't sparred in a long time. But he does definitely have a lot of experience.
He's got a lot.
Help.
That experience bit is extremely crucial. I think it's going to weigh very heavily, especially in our featured matchup. Our featured matchup is Lexi, who is a black belt, and our one of our step up people, Sanvi, who is a camo belt.
Right.
And so this is where the experience thing is going to definitely play a piece. Yeah. Right? Because Sanvi's, again, only been doing stick sparring for a little bit, but she came out against Jonah in her very first match and got some points and did very well. Right? We got Lexi this time. Right? How are we feeling about this?
How do I feel? So who I think will win?
No, just about the matchup in general.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's I don't know how I feel. I'm just ready for it.
Ready for it?
I think I want to see what Sanvi tries, definitely, because she's going to be trying something new. I really never see her spot.
Well, here we go. Let's actually talk to her in our first interview of our featured matchup. We're going to bring Sanvi up here. Come on, Sanvi. All right, Sanvi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good about this.
Whoa, coming in confident. So not nervous?
Not nervous at all.
Whoa. Give me some. Let's go. That's awesome. So you've had 2 weeks off right now. You've had 2 weeks to kind of try to prepare a little bit. What have you done in these 2 weeks to practice and get ready?
I point sparred my siblings.
Whoa! See, that is a very cool advantage when you do have siblings. You know,
Beat up on.
I wouldn't say beat up on
Can.
them. Right? I never had that experience. I never had a sibling do this. So having a sibling, you know, to practice with can definitely add a lot to your at-home training. Well, very good. So, got this matchup. You know, what else are you feeling? How do you feel it's gonna go? You have any game plan? You got any strategy going on?
I have no strategies.
No strategy.
strategies?
None that you want to leak, huh?
None that I want to leave.
Oh, there we go.
Well, very good. Good luck to you, Miss Zombie, and we're gonna be rooting for you up here. Go on, go have a good time.
See you later.
All right. The person sitting opposite her, standing opposite from her in the ring is going to be Miss Lexi. Come on up, Miss Lexi. How you doing, Lexi?
Good.
Look at her stretching. That's
I'm
a
just
power move right there. Getting warmed up in the interview chair. That's where she warms up. Good. Well, how you feeling about it?
Confident.
Confident? Good. Now, we asked her what she's been doing in this 2 weeks. You've had 2 weeks off, 2 weeks to get ready. What have you been doing?
Using my dad as a punching bag.
Using her
goodness.
dad as a punching bag. I love it. That's all. Hopefully, he's letting you do that.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes it.
Well, very good. So you had that very, very close match against the Snow Leopards where it was very back and forth. You sparred up against Jonah, right? As far as, you know, looking at this match, are you expecting it to go to a tie, or you're confident that y'all can pull it out?
To me, honestly, I think it's going to be like back and forth.
Think it's going to be back and forth? You think it's going to be the up and down just like it was last time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, I hope so, because that made it extremely fun to watch. Y'all's matches were crazy good, and we want to wish you good luck out there.
Thank you, sir.
Good deal. Go on, get out there. Up and down. I'm excited. I think this is going to be very awesome. We have one more matchup to talk about. We've got Spencer versus Easton.
Oh, two high black belts.
Two high-ranking black belts, two very experienced people. This is where the experience difference between the two, between third degree and a red belt, between a first degree and a camel belt, there's not much of a gap. It's a first degree and a second degree. Honestly, a couple months separates them in experience, right?
Is that really that long?
Exactly.
In terms of years. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you what, I was talking to them before the match, and it seems like both of them were reviewing the tapes of their matches,
yes.
right? Easton came in talking about how he needs to do something other than swing for the legs.
Yeah, yes,
right.
Yes.
You know, Spencer came in saying that they've been watching the YouTube videos over and over again, getting ready for this match. So I feel like that's going to be very exciting. I'm excited to see what adaptability they have in their match.
Yeah, I think Spencer was saying he needs to be quicker.
That's right.
Yeah, so
They came in and flexed a Mountain Dew on us,
yes.
going all Talladega Nights and Ricky Bobby on us.
Oh yeah.
So, well, Mr. Lewis, unfortunately, you cannot join me today. He's got judging duties.
I got judging.
So he's going to go ahead and get out there as they get started.
Wish me luck.
As he takes his Peak Martial Arts doodle bottle out of the way. Good deal. And they're lined up, about to get started. So we're going to actually switch over our cameras. Boom, boom, and as they get ready to go. So now, this week we're a little bit short-staffed. We have a lot of our normal judges and helpers out of town or actively sparring. So we're definitely bare bones on staff this time. However, we've got Mrs. Null judging, who is a second-degree black belt. And kind of like Mr. Hyatt, and we talked about this last time. You know, he didn't come up with stick sparring. So stick sparring has been introduced to him in the past couple months. Mrs. Null also didn't come up with stick sparring. And so she actually had a crash course on it on a big sparring camp. Nathan starts out strong until one point, and then, well, they didn't actually start the timer, and they just started the timer, but it's all right. 1 point to 2 points. Very good. So Michael coming out strong. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about this matchup because this is somebody, we see spar all the time in Nathan, whereas Mr. Michael isn't able to always get here for sparring night. And so it's a case of experience versus practice, and Nathan's pulling ahead a little bit. We got 3-3. It's kind of tied up. And I like that Mr. Michael is actually taking. Oh, look at that stab. That was a fast hand. Stabs are such an underrated move sometimes. They can go very wrong, but when you hit them, they can go very right. Another point, Mr. Michael coming out. 2 points for Mr. Michael. So to finish the thought I had before that, a very awesome stab. It's a difference between practice and experience, where Nathan has a little bit more active practice coming every Friday to our sparring nights, where Mr. Michael has the experience of a lot of training behind him. And it's looking pretty good. I like to see Mr. Michael getting a little bit aggressive. Nathan got aggressive in that last one, and it benefited. He's got the point. An extra point, 2 points toward the red. So Mr. Michael's taking a pretty early lead, crossing into the double digits. Mr. Michael likes going for that hand quite a bit. 1 point to Nathan there. He's not letting it go easy. And I love that. If you watch it, Mr. Michael kind of swung too early, and Nathan took advantage of that burst speed. You make a miss, you burst in, you get the point. 1 point for Mr. Michael again, though, on the red side for the Red Pandas. Advancing in. No points there, which I think that's a good call. Sometimes whenever they just kind of clash in, it's kind of rough. Wow, that was a fast 2 minutes. It looks like Mr. Michael's started out with a pretty good lead there. So now we got this matchup we were talking. About. These are the guys that were looking at the YouTube, studying the film, studying the tape. It's 11-9, so we only got a 2 point lead. Let's see if Spencer can continue the lead or if Easton can bring it back up. Good burst in for 2. 13-9. Whoa, he missed the leg, got the strike, 2 points. That's, if you've got pretty fast feet and you can get back and make a miss, and capitalize on it, but that time he didn't. He went in, he got the point, 14-11. He's got that 3 point lead. 1 point, going for the legs again, but it paid off. Trying to claw it back. Boom, ooh. What do they give him? They give it to Easton on there. Wow. It looks from my view, from the camera side, if you're watching, Spencer's like bursting in, but he's not quite going far enough. And because of that, Easton's able to get the counter strike. Now, that time, Easton swung first, and bam, Spencer came over the top and got the points he wanted. Now, if you look, man, it looks like Spencer's kind of ready for him to go low. It's just he's not able to get it fast enough. Oh, and there's an indecision there, which, we all know that I love to see that. Ooh, what's the points there? Oh, good. See, if you watch, that was a block and then counter strike. We worked that all last testing cycle trying to get to that 2 points, man. They're headhunters here. And Easton takes a lead there. Now that time Spencer kind of tried to lead in with that blocking arm. 2 points for there. And we are crossing the double digit again. It's 20-18 right now. Did he get it? That strike to the leg, 20-19. Spencer's still in the lead, still looking good. No point there. Boom, boom. And at the buzzer, they didn't call it. No points. It was after the buzzer. So Spencer is able to keep the lead there, right? But Easton, did claw back, did bring it back a little bit. So now we've got Lexi versus Sambi, and we talk about this. This is kind of the mismatch, right, of experiences, the biggest one. But we've been working, right, working Sambi's quick strikes, been working on, sparring her siblings, and let's see how well it works out. Boom, boom. All right, so we got a quick swing for Lexi there. Boom, boom. And there we go. We got 1 point on the board for Sambi. Already doing quite a bit better. 1 point there. Good. We got 21-24. All right. And what this does, this is we got a lot of split decisions here, which is always good. Like, we like to see the split decisions. We like to see that our judges are watching and calling what they see, not what they think is happening, right? And when we talk about this, we're talking about with, we got to have solid strikes. A lot of the times, especially as we kind of get nervous with it, they're sticking the stick on them. We got to make sure we're hitting. Good. Good. We're keeping it up. Now, one thing I would. Whoa, there we go. We got a point there. That's 2 points already, doing a little bit better. Now, if we look, it's kind of funny to see Zombie is scooting up in the ring. We need her to actually kind of scoot back a little bit. 2 points for Zombie there. Very good. Working it. As long as she can kind of work that speed in hand. Got another 2 points. Already passing her total from last time. And then she gets aggressive, gets one there. Wow. All right. So now we're looking pretty all right. Stemming the bleeding a little bit. Working. There we go. That should have been 1 point for the other side. That was a missed call by Mr. Hyatt. But it's all right. We got 2 points to Red there. Looking good. Getting that weapon arm. Kind of just working that speed of hand. There we go. Great match. So now we've got the score. If I'm looking, it's 29-38. So the Red Pandas have, a mountain to climb here, right? They've got to get it back. But that was definitely a lot better performance from Zombie. We see the improvement already, and it's only going to get better because we have plenty more matches where this comes from. And her journey through this event is actually probably going to be the most exciting part of this 6-sparring league to me. So we started out, Mr. Michael's already got 2 points there, has a miss to the leg, and then pays for it with Nathan coming over top to the head. All right. Oh, man, that was quick. What'd he get? 2 points again. That weapon arm. Mr. Michael's actually very good about hitting it and going for it. We got 33-40. 1 more point for Mr. Michael, so he's gonna start clawing this lead back, hopefully. And misses, and it seems that every time he misses, he goes for that leg, misses, and then Mr. Nathan's able to capitalize on it, that burst speed. 1 more point for him. All right, Mr. Michael's got to kind of be careful with this, where if he wants to go in, if he misses, Nathan's coming in to get him. Gets the 1 point there. Again, that's another missed call. I guess that balances out. Whenever there's no C, you're giving up your ability to call, and so that's going to unfortunately be something we have to address in our judges training coming up, because it's 3 points now missed, but that's okay. This is why we do this, is practice for everybody. So whenever we go to a tournament, we go to the big stage, we're calling the most fair match we can. 1 point for Michael there. Good. Making this, again, trying to come back. 38-44. 2 points there. Coming back. Whoa. 1 point for Michael coming for the legs. Again, it seems like, Michael's got a lot of speed in his hand, so it seems like it's pretty hard for Nathan to get in there. I mean, he just kind of proved me wrong. He got the 2 points there, right? But, a lot of these points have been off of missing, right? Mr. Michael make a miss. Oh, and that was a very good example of you can't – oh, and there's time. You can't just, expect the judges to call something. You have to make sure you have follow-up. You have to make sure that, you're going until they said break. Now, Mr. Michael did claw back a little bit. It's 41-47. 6 points separate them. So let's see if how Spencer can do in getting those points back. He's getting very aggressive here. He's got to make sure when you get aggressive, you're going to get those points just like that. 1 point Red. Good. Calling back. So it's 42-48. 1 point. Easton's fast on those leg strikes, and he's catching them as Spencer steps in. So, as he goes to lunge and strike, if he can, learn how to have his body go and leave his legs back a little bit. 2 points there. Good deal, good deal. So we got 52-42. Easton's starting to actually take this lead away, but there we go. Spencer's back on the board. 2 points there. Keeping it close, 44-52. 8 points difference. 1 more point, so 7 points difference. You know, got. There we go. 1 point blue there. 1 point for him. 2 points for him. Wow, there we go. So it's 45-53. And Easton's keeping it ahead of them. And that's where, you know, this is a team game. You know, you got to be able to go out there and make your points, you know. 48-55. They liked it. He liked, as opposed to Mr. Hyatt, where we have 57-48. 2 points, and this is just going back and forth. This is what we were expecting. We were expecting these guys to go back and forth. 2 points on the counter strike. Good, and then we're back into it. It's 5 point difference, 52-57. What happened there? 1 point for Easton. Again, he's very fast on those leg strikes. You got to try to make him miss that or beat him to the punch. That should have been a point for the Red Pandas there. Let me explain that a little bit more as we go. That was time. 2 points to Easton. Like I said, so the covering the eyes is actually a no-see, where a X low would be a block, right? So covering up your eyes actually means that you're giving up your right to vote. So if one person sees it and 2 people say no-see, then it is actually a point. You know, it's not, they're not saying it's a point. So we got to make sure that we're as judges, we're interpreting that in the correct way. There's 1 point for Sambi, 1 point for Lexi, kind of bouncing back and forth, going for that arm. There we go. Another point for Sambi there. I think right now she's already doubled the points from her last match against Jonah. So we see the improvement, which is the most exciting part of this. Is we like to see the improvement of the students. And that's the goal in all of this, is to the betterment of all of our students. Now, I wish we had Sambi starting a little bit further back, because, like, you see how she started? She's all the way, like, in range already. And that's where stick sparring and traditional sparring differ a lot. In traditional sparring, you know, it's okay to start closer. You want to start closer. Whereas, like, in stick sparring, you have the reach of your arm plus the reach of the stick. You can reach half the ring, you know, without even moving. So in stick sparring, it's traditional to start a little bit further back as opposed to starting up close. Nice. Now let's try and see if we can get a glimpse of the score. 73-75 to, I think, 58. So lead is pretty definitively into Lexi's favor, but, you know, Sambi is actually doing a very good job crossing into 60 points here. There we go. Let's see. We got 78-60 right now. 1 point there, and that's time. So great matches. Excellent job from the Red Pandas, but the Black Bears definitely pull it out on this one. I think it was a very good effort from everybody. I think everyone did their job as far as the match is concerned. They're bowing out. We're going to throw it back to the desk here. Boom. And we're back. So what a super fun match. Like I said, that was very back and forth, very crazy, but I think a very steady match. We have Mr. Lewis coming back to join us after judging.
Yeah.
Falling down a little bit. Is
Crazy.
that how crazy it was out there?
Yes, it was crazy. It was wild. It was wacky.
So from the judge's perspective, how was it going out there?
Good. Everyone was much faster than last time. Last time it was like a game of chess. It was like boom, boom, slow. Now it's much more back and forth.
We got very high scores there. You know, it was in the 70s, it was in the 60s, and the point difference I thought was actually pretty consistent throughout it. You know, there was some back and forth, but the Black Bears, you know, they weren't giving ground anywhere.
No.
right? I thought the match between Michael and Nathan was very interesting.
Oh, Michael did very good.
Michael did extremely well, and of course, obviously Nathan did very well coming off of it as too. But the match between Spencer and Easton was very interesting to me.
Right.
All right, I could definitely see the game plan Spencer had coming in, trying to burst in, trying to swing low whenever Easton would go low. But Easton, I think, was just faster than
Right.
expected.
He was very defensive, and it paid off. You can see it.
Yeah, and so he was able to crawl a lead, which even though Savi did an extremely good job, I didn't keep a full total, but it was very obvious she doubled or even tripled her point total from last match. So there's
Right.
already obvious improvement
Exactly.
in there,
Yep. She's getting more in there. That's what it is.
and so that was exciting. A couple judging mishaps I saw that we were talking about.
Not on my end.
Not on your head. Not on your
I think
head.
I know what you're talking about, though. Wasn't not taking the points when the matches ended?
That was one. That one is a big one. We were talking about the no C's.
Right.
All right, so no C's gives up your vote basically.
Exactly.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
neutral thing. So if one person calls a point and both people say no C, then it is a point. It's not a no
You have
point.
to do this, which is no point.
Exactly. And so we got to shore up some of that, and then also the positioning in the matches. Zombie was starting halfway in the ring.
Yeah.
Right. And so some of the time she didn't really have a chance because it was go, and Lexi could just reach and touch her,
Exactly.
and so a couple things to shore up in the match, but overall very good match. We saw a lot of improvement from both teams, and it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
That was good.
Any last words?
Have a good day.
That's gonna wrap it up here for the TSSL this week. We'll catch you next Friday, where we are actually going to have the Red Pandas taking on the Snow Leopards next week. Join us then. We'll catch you later.
Goodbye.